with that.
Yeah.
So I'm going to ask you a pretty strange question. Vince McMahon's getting on in age. He passes, and they're asking you to, say something about him at his wake. What would you guys say about him?
Wow.
Yeah. I'd say he was a man of vision that would, like in the words of Chief Jay Strongbow, always called him Caesar because he wanted to conquer the world. And I remember when Vince Sr. and Jr. were talking, and Vince Sr., because I was married to Leroy McGurk's daughter, I got to know Leroy McGurk pretty well. And he was involved with the NWA quite a bit, and Vince Sr. would come to the conventions in Vegas, and I have all the notes, a bunch of notes from several years from that. Byrne would be there, all the guys, Jim Burnett, everybody was there, and deciding who the world champion would be and whether he would go to Vince's for how many days or whether he would go to Vern's for how many days and all that. So they'd all vote on it by committee, Crockett's. And Vince Sr. had too much respect for the promoters, for the territories. He wouldn't go in there because these were his friends, and they had a bond, and they kind of lived by that bond.
Must have been a shock when Junior came around.
Then, like in '86, when TBS, when Tony and I, and several other people, Tito, Tommy Rich, lots of people, started flying into Columbus, Ohio, and all these different places just off the power of TBS, cable television. So they saw that, man, we were selling these places out, doing big business, big time business. And it wasn't like, you were going to Griffin, Georgia, or, Waycross, Georgia, wherever, Atlanta. It was just big time in Columbus, Ohio, places like that. Vince saw that too. And there was a big deal. There's a very heavy deal in between that most people have no idea about, how Vince bought TBS and was forced to sell it back because he needed the money for WrestleMania. So, the Briscoes made a lot of money, and all the stakeholders for Georgia made a lot of money, and Vince did what he had to do. But at that time, it was the right decision because, obviously WrestleMania 1 was a big success, and by the time he got to WrestleMania 3, that's what broke all the barriers into the white collar, rock and roll, you name it, Hollywood.
You